What is up guys, Cardogger here, and today I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. Today we are going to do a Galactimon slash Ragnamon deck profile. Originally this was going to be a composite deck with the Millenniummon stuff, but since that deck is still in the kitchen, it's still I'm still cooking it up, so I have not had time to playtest it yet. So we'll be doing a deck profile on Galactimon instead, since I have playtested this deck, and it is a pretty fun deck to play. It is a very memeable deck, and it's pretty hilarious to play, especially when you have a huge stack. That's a lot of fun to play. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. So let's start off with Digitamons first. So we are running 4 of the DORUmon, from BT-18. So this effect is once per turn, whenever one of your effects places a Digivolution card underneath this card, you can draw a card. And obviously that's really good because all your most of your Vemmons will help you. Actually, no, all of your Vemmons will help you put cards into the bottom. So it's pretty useful. Obviously, this one is mainly just used with the old Vemmon because you will need to tap that one and look at the top 3 to put in. The new one is on play, so that doesn't quite work with this effect. But yeah, for the most part, you will be able to get the draw off because we're running a lot of Vemmons. So we are running 4 of the new Vemmon from BT-18. So we're only allowed to run 4 of these, so we are going to be running the 4. So his ability is on play. You can look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Amongst them, you can add 1 card with Vemmon in its text to your hand, and then you can place 1 Vemmon as the bottom of this card's source of one of your Digimon, and then you can return the rest of the bottom deck. So it doesn't have to be this one, but if you're just using this as a starter, this is probably going to be the only target. So you're probably going to put this in. But this one is not as great as the other Vemmon because the other one, you can rest it and then stack, and then you can keep doing it if you have no other plays. So it's a little better. But this one is still good. Evolution effect is once when this Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon with Vemmon in its text, you can reduce the cost by 1. So all the Vemmons will pretty much have the same effect. So for the other Vemmons, we're running, I think this is 18. Yeah, we're running 18 of the old Vemmons. So this one you can run up to 50, but this one's pretty flexible. I was running like 20 before, 20 of these and 4 of these, and then that was a little bit too much. So I cut it down to 18 and 4, and it's a little bit better because you have more options to use, like to put in other cards in the deck. But you should run this card at a high count. Same reason why you would run EOSmon at a high count, because you want to see them a lot. So this one is effect is main phase. By suspending this Digimon, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can add 1 Snatchmon, Destromon, Galactimon, or Fusionize from amongst them to your hand, and then you can play a Vemmon from among them to the bottom of this card's source. And then you can return the rest to the bottom deck in any order. And then the inherent ability is, once per turn on your turn, when this Digimon would digivolve into a Destromon, Galactimon, you can reduce the cost by 1. So it does stack, so you can kind of choose how you want to do your evolutions. So yeah, card is pretty interesting. I quite like the idea of just having a bunch of these in one stack. So next we are running 4 of the Snatchmon from BT-18. So this Snatchmon is really good. So while you have no other Digimon than Vemmon, cards from your trash may also be placed for this card's Digicross. And then on evolution, you can play up to 2 Vemmons from your trash underneath this card's evolution source. And then at the end of your turn, if this Digimon has 4 or more evolution cards, this Digimon may digivolve into a Vemmon card text from your hand. And the Digicross requirement is 4 Vemmons. So since you can put it from trash, you can just kind of just build up your Vemmons in your battle area, and then if they all die, that's fine. You can just play this from your hand and Digicross 4 Vemmon from your trash, and then you'll be able to have 4 Vemmons underneath one of your Snatchmons, which is really good. And then you also fulfill its end of turn requirement to digivolve into a Destromon or Galactimon. So yeah, it's quite good. I quite like the new Snatchmon. I think it makes the deck a lot better. And then the inheritability is on all turns, whenever a Vemmon is returned from this Digimon source to the bottom of the deck, you can gain blocker. So that's one way to protect yourself. And this deck does have a little bit of protection, so it's pretty good as well. So running 4 of the Snatchmons. And we're running 2 of the old Snatchmon. This one's not as good, but it's still a target for you to Digivolve into, so it's okay for that reason. So on evolution, you can place up to 2 Vemmons from your trash to the bottom of this card's source. And then if there are 4 or more Vemmons in this card's source, you can return 1 Fusing Knives from your trash to your hand. And then the inheritability. So it's just the same as the other one, where you can return whenever you return a Vemmon, you can unsuspend and get a blocker. So pretty good. Next, we are running 4 of the promo Destromon. So the promo Destromon's ability is on play on evolution, delete your opponent's Digimon and Tamers with a total play cost of 3. And then for every Vemmon in this card's evolution source, you can increase the maximum by 1. So obviously being able to delete your opponent's Tamer is pretty good. So most of the time you'll be targeting Tamers just because generally they have a lower cost and you can delete multiple. So at least you'll be able to take out a Kazuma. And if you have more Vemmons in your source, if you have like 4 Vemmons in your source, you can pop another 4-cost Tamer, like a setter or something. So it's pretty good. And then it has a digital cost requirement of also Snatchmon and 4 Vemmons, so it's pretty good for that. And then you'll be able to hardcast this for 5. And then the inheritability is on your opponent's turn, once per turn, whenever a opponent's Digimon attacks by placing 2 Vemmon from one of your Galactimon evolution cards underneath the bottom of the order's deck, you can switch the target to this Digimon. So it's kind of like a blocker as well. So it's pretty good. So pretty much you can block twice if you have Snatchmon and this one underneath. One is a redirect and one is the actual block. So yeah, pretty good. And then we're also running 1 of the BT-18 Destromon. This is just in case we don't have the promo Destromon at our disposal, and this one is just it is a searchable target and a backup level 5, but you don't really need it all the time. This effect is on evolution, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can place 1 Vemmon from amongst them to the bottom of this card's source. And then trash the remaining cards, and if this Digimon has 5 or more Vemmon in its source, you can delete one of your opponent's Tamers. So this one just deletes 1, where the other one you can potentially delete 2 or 3. So yeah, the Destromon is definitely better, but it's okay. And then the inheritability is just the same, change the attack target. And for the level 6s, we are of course running the Galactimon. I'm not running this at 4 though, just because you'll probably see this before you need it. And running 4 just kind of adds an extra brick to the deck. And so 3 is enough. You'll see it enough either in your opening hand or on one of your Vemmon searches. So yeah, Galactimon at 3. So Galactimon's ability is on evolution, you can place up to 4 Vemmons from the trash at the bottom of this card's source. And then if you have 8 or more Vemmons in this card's source, you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon. And then on all turns, whenever the Digimon would leave play, you can prevent it from leaving play by returning 4 Vemmon from this card's source to the bottom of your deck. And at the start of your main phase, you can trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So this is kind of like a ticking time bomb for your opponent. But though this card does have protection, you do have limited ammo on how to use it. So if your opponent is playing a deck with a lot of removal, you might have a harder time to keep your Galactimon on the board. But overall, it's still pretty good. Next, we are running 1 Black Seraphimon. This one is just to have an ace card at our disposal, so we're running this at 1. If you want to run 2, you can. You can cut out cut out one of, you can cut out this Galactimon, sorry, you can cut out this Destromon if you want, or you can cut out a Vemmon if you want, but currently I think not relying too much on the Ace Digimon is fine. So I'm just running this at 1. If I see it, I see it. If I don't see it, it's fine as well. So the effect is, on play and on evolution, you can DD-evolve 3 on one of your opponent's Digimon, and then on all turns, once per turn, when our attack target is changed, you can choose one of your opponent's Digimon and it gets minus 5,000. So overall, it's a pretty strong card because it itself has blocker, so the effect kind of works with itself. So it's quite good. I think Black Seraphimon is definitely going to be a splashable ace in black and yellow decks. And I think that's one of the reasons why this is a more expensive card from BT-18. So, yeah. Alright, next for the Tamers, we are running 4 of the Zenith. So Zenith is a new black Tamer for the Galactimon archetype. So this ability is start off your main phase by trashing one Vemmon from your hand. You can draw 1 and gain 1 memory. So he helps you speed up just putting Vemmons in the trash, so it's pretty good. And then on your turn, when any of your Digimon attacks by suspending this Tamer, you can return 2 Vemmon from that Digimon's evolution source to the Digimon one of your opponent's Digimon. So it's a pretty powerful ability because you'll be able to just Digimon whenever they attack, so they have to. Your opponent will be more scared to attack whenever you have a Digimon with Vemmon sources. So yeah, it's pretty strong ability. And then we're also running 2 Izzies. Izzy is just a memory setter just to help your plays a little bit easier. He's not mandatory, but I quite like him. And it also helps you stack your deck so that, or at least help you peek at your deck to help you see what your future cards will be. So yeah, and he's potentially a 3 cost to play setter, so it's pretty good. So for those of you, a reminder for those of you who haven't used Izzy in a while, so you can reveal top 3 cards of your deck, and then look, if all of them are black, you can get 1 memory, and then you can rearrange it to put back into this hollow deck. So pretty useful. And then next we're running 3 Fusion Eyes. So Fusion Eye is the option from BT-11. So if you would use this while you have Snatchmon in play, you can reduce the cost by 1, so it's free. And the main effect is by placing 1 Vemmon or Destromon from your trash at the bottom of one of your opponent's, from the bottom of one of your Digimon, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Destromon or Galactimon by paying its cost. So this one just helps you put more Vemmons into the source to help you build more immunity or set up for future plays. So pretty good. And then the security effect is you may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and then play 1 Vemmon from amongst them without paying its cost, and then trash the rest. So trashing the rest is pretty good. And also, we are also running 2 of the black memory boosts for the consistency booster. So this is just to help you just build up memory for future plays. And yeah, it's good for that, and it helps you just search if you need it. Last but not least, we are running 2 of the black scrambles. So the black scrambles ability is one of your black Digimon may Digivolve into a black Digimon from the hand with the illusion cost reduced by 3, and then you can place this card in the battle area and it'll start your turn. If your opponent has a Digimon you can use the delay effect, which is to return 1 black Digimon from your trash to the top of your deck. Then if you don't have a Digimon in play, you can play a black Digimon with 2000 or less DP from your trash without paying its cost. So helps you set up for more Vemmons, and you can remember you can always use your Vemmon's ability because summoning sickness only requires it's for attacks. So if you slap this down while you have 3 memory, you can just tap it to just search. So yeah, pretty good. Very stonks. It's not as stonks, but it's a very fun deck to play. So overall, I do like that they are just giving buffs to older decks. I think Digimon Liberator is a very interesting IP because they can just buff whatever archetype they want. But that is pretty much it for this deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to support the channel, feel free to use the affiliate links down below or join members if you haven't. But yeah, this is Karataku, and I will see you guys next time.